guy's whole exhaust is dragging behind his car, and he has no clue.
You hear that? That's your car. That's your car. Oh, mate. You okay? Do you see? You know that's happening? You can't drive like that. You can't.
Highway patrolman goes, GMC dealer's right down there. You can just
You're dragging your exhaust down the street.
That's what he said. As long as it doesn't come off.
Well, if it does, you're going to destroy someone's car, I imagine. There is some of your parts down there flying through the road. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's some of the chrome, but
Probably some of the scratch.
I don't know.
I'm going to try it. It saves me $500 tow truck.
Well, good luck, dude. Yeah, no, I didn't know you knew, man. I thought you would just come. Well,
he told me there's a GM dealer right down there.
All right, well, good luck.
And we are back with a new development on my search for a daily driver, and it's not really a search because about 2 weeks ago I bought a white Toyota Camry SE from Carmax for $26,000 plus about $1,100–1,200 for the warranty, and you guys beat me up in the comments. Some of you did, and when I say beat me up, I mean there was some really good advice. Maybe could have been couched a little bit better, but it was good advice, which was to search for a new car which would cost not much more than a used car. So I did. And Carmax gave me 30 days to return my car that I bought from them and go out and search and look around and see and make sure I got a good deal and make sure I loved the car. Well, I did love the car. It was a perfect daily driver, great gas mileage, but I kept looking online and seeing that the MSRP for a brand new 2022 versus the 2019 from Carmax was only a couple $1,000s more. And Pedro, I'm going to give you another plug here, gave me some heat in the comments about a new car not being much more than an older car. Also mentioned the hybrids. The problem with the hybrids, I cannot find. I looked everywhere. But I'm going to share the story with you in a second. We're going to jump into the car. I'm going to show it to you real quick because yesterday, on almost an accident, I found this 2022 black Toyota Camry SE, pretty well equipped with extra options I did not have on my white one, my 2019, and I returned the car to Carmax and I ended up with this thing. And I didn't really care what color I ended up with, but the black looks great. I am going to do a few things to it, which is black out the chrome around the windows because I just don't like that. And I'll probably just black out the windows and stop there, but I'm going to jump in the car and tell you the story about what happened yesterday because I believe the advice you all gave me could help others in the same situation searching for a car right now in this crazy world of humongous markups. And yes, there was a markup, but no, I didn't pay a markup. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's check out the car.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now.
So let's check out the interior of this thing. What's great about this car is it's got the keyless go, which my 2019 did not have the keyless go, which is really nice. And it did not have the home link, which I really, really, really like to be able to open my garage doors and I don't have to haul around a clicker. Other than that, the screen is a little bit different. It's got an eco, normal, and sport mode, and the stitching looks great. Everything about this car is just really nice for under $30,000. But now let's jump in and go for a ride and talk about what happened. All right, so as you can see, this is a brand new car, 119 miles, versus the other car I had with 38,100 miles. I put about 800 miles on that car, and Carmax said as long as it was under 1,500 miles, they would take it back. Did I feel guilty? A little bit, because they did do me right. They treated me right, at least. But their prices were just a little high, and I think commensurate with the market, so I don't think they were screwing anybody on their prices, but the reality of it is their prices against all the markups out there made their used car a reasonable price. But like some of you said, Pedro, talking to you, said that the new cars were not that much different priced than the older car, and you were right. And the problem is if you watch my other video, I could not find a single car out there without a huge markup. And when I say huge markup, I mean like $5,000 markups on Toyota Camrys, and I was not going to pay the markup. You all know, if you watch the channel for one day, you know, if you looked at any of my videos, that I'm never going to pay a markup. I will ride a bicycle to work before I will pay a markup on a car. And California is stupid. Literally one county, there's massive markups, and other counties, the markups are smaller. And it's sad because this may come out to be a lawsuit someday, because it seems like counties where the median household income is lower, the markups were lower, and where it was higher, they jammed people with higher markups. Now, this is just what I've seen over the last few weeks of me searching around, because I was out in the desert, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Indian Wells, Cathedral City, La Quinta, those areas, and they're about 60, 70 miles away from where I live in Orange County. And yesterday, I drove into the Dodge dealership, which I do all the time, to see what they have for sale there, just out of curiosity. And the Toyota dealership was across the street. So as I'm leaving the Dodge dealership, I see a couple Toyota Camrys out there, and I thought, I wonder if they're new. I went and checked them out, and they were new. And there were $3,300 add-ons and markups on each of these cars. So I got back in my car, and I drove around to the front, and there's this kid standing out in front. And I rolled down my window, and I said, hey, you want to sell that car over there, the black one? And he says, yeah, you want to buy it? I said, absolutely. If you guys will dump the markups and the add-ons, I will buy that car today for sticker, which was like $29,700 and something bucks. And he says, well, it's up to my manager. And I said, well, of course it is. Here's my business card. Talk to your manager. Give me a call if he wants to do the deal. I'll come back. It'll be the quickest, easiest deal you ever did in your life. He says, okay, cool. I left. 20 minutes later, he calls me up and says, come on down, get the car. I'm like, wow, what a deal. So I headed back over there, and we started to do the deal. And I gave them the option to do the financing if they wanted to, or I'd go to my credit union. I got approved in 20 minutes from my credit union for a 4.9% interest rate, which is really good as far as I'm concerned with, you know, my rapidly fluctuating FICO score. So I told them I had an interest rate of 4.79%, and if they could beat that, awesome. And to their credit, they were able to beat it. They were able to get 2.99% on this car. I put $3,000 down on the car that I bought at Carmax, and the payment was going to come out exactly the same on this car for a $32,000 balance with no money down, with a 2.99% interest rate. So what a deal. I'll go way deeper into the financing and the payments and everything else in this car later, but just to give you an example of why this whole thing happened. So I pulled the trigger, bought the car, I was in and out of there in an hour, and I had no idea what to do with the other car. So I have two cars now. I flipped the kid $100 and said, if you'll deliver that thing to my house, you know, I'll give you $100. And he's like, done. I'll get that done, no problem. So he takes off in my car. I go back to work, finish work, drive to CarMax, and give them back my car. And I'll give them nothing but huge compliments that taking back anything at any store is never fun, because the psychology behind it is, well, this guy's taking something back, we're not going to make any money, so oftentimes they're not nice. I'll tell you, CarMax, incredibly nice. That 30-day return thing is legit. It's real. I walked in there, 20 minutes later, we did the paperwork, he unwound everything, and I signed the car back to him, and it was it, and that was it. I got an Uber, and I headed home, and they took that white car back. So for that white car, in summary, was basically $27,000 This car was about $29,700. So it was a couple $1,000, a little over $2,000 difference, and I got a brand new car. Brand new car, 2022, with more options, and frankly, I like the black a little bit more. It's very nice. So that's why I did what I did, and I will just tell you what I learned this last 2 weeks going through this is, one, you all help me with your comments. You all give me great advice and great ideas. I don't know everything. Just because I hold a camera and I do videos, I don't know everything. And a lot of times the wealth of knowledge in those comments is great, and to jam me up a little bit about spending what I spent on that other Camry, frankly, was an impulse buy at the time because I needed something with great gas mileage, and I definitely needed it for the following week for driving all the way up to Santa Barbara County and back, which was going to be crazy miles on my Hellcat. That all worked out, and I was able to use that Camry, and they didn't charge me anything for it when I returned it. So, and I put 800 miles on the thing. So to be able to return that car and then find this thing and get them to take it with no markups was great. Now, somebody's going to say, well, if you keep looking, you can get some dealer somewhere to do it for less than MSRP. Here's the deal. I'm done fighting about it. MSRP is great because everywhere in Southern California I looked, I could not find it without a markup. But in the desert, they were willing to work with me. They were willing to eliminate the markup. And I will tell you, the strategy, the negotiation strategy should just always be, you're good if the deal can get done. You're good if the deal can't get done. And that's what I told them. And they did, as typical dealers try to do. They tried to do the, well, because of this, you know, your FICO score being this or because of that or whatever, we have to, you know, I'm not sure what interest rate we can get. I just went back and told them, I have my loan from my credit union. Don't even worry about it. I'll just pay cash for the car. It's all good. I'll even swipe my credit card right now, buy the car, and then I'll refinance with my credit union later. You guys don't even have to do the financing, which really changed the dynamic from them negotiating with me about the interest rate and everything else to, okay, fine, you're paying cash. Go back and meet finance. When I got to finance, he goes, I'll get you the deal 2.99. So just a strategy. When you go in, have a bank loan, a credit union loan ideally, or have your cash ready. Be prepared to do the deal without their financing. Otherwise, they're going to use their financing to leverage you to pay more in interest. It's just it's how they're going to make their money. And I believe to an extent that might have been the strategy, but they backed off that strategy, ended up following through with the sale at sticker, and I got the car. So with that, everybody, that's the story. I'm sticking to it. I will keep you up to date. I will share more content on this thing for those of you that are into these Toyotas, but also a lot more about the Hellcat coming. Hopefully this weekend I'll get some great videos up with, I got a whole bunch of stuff showed up that I need to do to that Hellcat, so we will do that this weekend. And again, thank you for your input. Thank you for being respectful in the comments. Please like, subscribe, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.